Hey guys, this is AgentMindStorm, and welcome back to another Redstone tutorial. Now, I haven't done one of these in a very long time, but I thought this was a very important time to do something like this because of the upcoming Bedrock version becoming the main version thing, where they're going to replace the current console version that I'm on right now with what is essentially Pocket Edition on a console. Now, Pocket Edition has very different redstone from console, and console redstone machines usually don't work on Pocket Edition. So what I've created today is a melon and pumpkin farm that will work on both Pocket Edition and Console Edition and Java Edition. I have tested it on Windows 10 Edition, Switch Edition, and Xbox One, and they all work, and all the console versions are the same. Console shares Java's redstone, and Windows 10 Edition is the same as all the other Pocket Editions, so basically, this will work on any version of Minecraft, so you can build it now and it won't ever have to be redesigned again. So that's why it's important, and it's also a pretty small design for being able to work with both, and I came up with it all myself, so I'm pretty proud of that. And anyways, guys, let's get started with the actual tutorial. The materials you will need to build this farm are blocks of your choice and about 4 stacks of them, 30 dirt, 30 coarse dirt, or if you're on Pocket Edition, just have 60 normal dirt because they don't have coarse dirt yet, 2 water buckets, 6 hoppers, 30 observers, 30 normal pistons, 2 sticky pistons, 67 redstone dust, 6 redstone torches, 5 redstone repeaters, 64 rails, 4 powered rails, 2 minecart hoppers, 15 melon seeds, 15 pumpkin seeds. And you'll also need a hoe of any type. I just chose iron because it looks the best, and then either a pickaxe or an axe or whatever you're building the farm out of, some way to break the blocks, because you will need to do a lot of block breaking to place it all in the correct orientation. In addition, you will need a 21 by 9 area, 8 blocks tall, to fit the farm in. So just remember, make sure you have all that area picked out before you start building the farm. So anyways, let's start building. So we're going to start by building the collection system that collects the items that are harvested. So count out 13 blocks, counting the corner, and then that's where we're going to start. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, then go out 2 blocks into the main area of the farm and build 2 blocks, just like I have here. Now, place redstone torches on top of all 4 of these blocks, and then place blocks on top of the redstone torches. These are what are powering the powered rails, but before you place the powered rails, make sure to do this next part. Build out 8 blocks in both directions. So then, as you can see, in this direction, we've built out 8 blocks on both sides, and it seems as though I've only built out 7 blocks. Let me just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. So you'll just want to count out 8 blocks on both sides, and then once you've got the 8 blocks built, we'll continue. So let me just finish building these blocks here for demonstration, and I've messed up on this side too. I'm good at this, aren't I? And it seems as though the farm area that I thought it was might not be big enough. Okay, never mind. Actually, it's plenty fighting. So what you're going to do here is, now you're going to break this block that I showed, place a hopper facing into that block, now break this block, and then the hopper that you put next is going to be what trails off into the rest of your system. So for example, the rest of my system is going to be this, and it would usually go further in like a survival world, but that's going to be the rest of my system. So that's 3 hoppers. Even though it goes over, I don't count that as part of the farm because it's not actually important to the rest of the farm. Now do it but mirrored on the other side, and it'll create quite a nice effect here. So if we just do it like this, and now, of course, you're going to just place the last hopper as I did on the other side. I really wish I had thought ahead to how difficult this would be. And once you've got all your hoppers in place, then sneak and place 2 rails on the end of both hoppers like this, and then build down until you get to the block that has the redstone torch and place a powered rail. And then keep going down the other side, loop around, and only do one side at a time. This is very important because if you don't do one side at a time, it'll do that. So you can only do one side at once here. So we're going to do it on this side, place the powered rail, then go across again, and do the same thing over here. There we go. And then the last step to starting your collection system is putting a minecart with hopper, pushing it, and then doing the same on the other side. So there you go. That's your collection system all built, and as you can see, it works pretty well. I mean, it works flawlessly, I don't know what I'm saying. As you can see, if you put an item here, it basically, the hopper minecart should come along, pick it up, and it should end up in this end hopper. That's how you know that this part's working. And yeah, so let's move on to the actual farm part now. A quick note is that I've actually disabled minecart sounds so that you will not be hearing the terribly loud minecart noise, and I would recommend you do the same while you're building the farm, because it really makes it a lot better, because as you can see, I haven't disabled sounds entirely. I've just disabled them for the minecarts, because then you won't hear that loud rolling sound. So the way you're going to start is be very careful and aim at the edge of this rail here, and place your block of choice, and then do it down the whole row in the middle. Now, at the very end of both, place a block up and break the block beneath it, as I have done. And then, over on this part, you will want your normal dirt, so build it like this, right on top of the rails, and just be careful not to open that minecart. And then at the edge, you don't have to do this, but I personally prefer that if you build blocks on the edge, it looks much better and you don't have just random floating dirt. Then you can do coarse dirt down, and this coarse dirt is what the melons and pumpkins are going to grow on, and then also build the blocks on the back of that. So there you go, that's how you do that side, and now we're going to do the same thing on the other side, and it kind of helps if you build the outside of it first, because then you can place the blocks on the outside, but I just showed you the other way to do it too. So the other way you can obviously do it is like this, and make sure the coarse dirt is on the outside of the farm, and the normal dirt is on the inside of the farm. Now what you'll want to do with your 2 water buckets is place one here, and then place one here. Now this block right here is an infinite water source, so you can keep getting water to place down the rest of the row. And once you've gotten the whole row to nice, still water, then just go and hoe down the whole middle section. Be careful not to hoe any of the coarse dirt. And now once you've got this all hoed, choose which side you want to be your melon side and which side you want to be your pumpkin side. So I want this side to be my melon side, so I'm going to plant all my melon seeds here. So all of these melons just go straight down the row, and then do the same with your other seed type on the other side, and then go and double check, because it's kind of difficult to tell if you have a seed planted at every single one, but just make sure that you've planted at all of them. And if you're on Pocket Edition, you would have used all your normal dirt by now, and it's very important to make sure that there's no grass in this farm. If there is grass in this farm, then animals can spawn and trample the crops, so you want to be make sure that there's no dirt that is actually able to spread grass on it, and that's why we used coarse dirt here and hoed dirt. There's absolutely no possibility of anything spreading. Now we're going to build the part of the farm that will actually make it activate. So what you're going to do is just come into the water, just kind of swim in it right here, and just go all the way across the blocks that you placed behind the dirt. Just build your pistons right on top of that, so the piston face, or head, or whatever you call it, is facing on top of the coarse dirt. Do that on both sides, and then you should have used up all 30 of your pistons once that's done. Then, well, okay, there, now it's done. So place up 2 right on the end of the coarse dirt like this, break the one below it, and now what you should have is just a nice little face right there, and then the piston, and then the coarse dirt. Basically, it should look like that right there. Now come on the top, and if you're in survival, just kind of sneak and go across like this and just place them all. But if you're in creative, you can just kind of fly like this and place them much faster. I would recommend doing this in creative, and if you're in survival, you can really do that. Now do that on both sides, and then you should actually have all the observers and pistons in place. If you go down, you should see that all the faces are pointing towards the same block that the piston head would extend into. That's very important. So now place the redstone on top of the observers. Just go all the way along it on both sides, and that should use 30 redstone right there. Then you're going to choose the blocks of your choice and build those just right behind the pistons all the way across on both sides. Now basically guys, we're building a symmetrical system here, so I'm going to stop saying on both sides because you know it's on both sides. So just place the redstone all the way on top of those blocks, and on Pocket Edition you could technically place the redstone on top of the pistons, but since this design is meant to work on any version of Minecraft out there, we're not going to do that. Now, okay, once this part's done, once you've placed all your redstone, come to the end of the observers and your blocks that you place, and place one block out on all 4 points right there. Now place on the outside, place repeaters facing towards the line, and on the inside, place them facing outwards, like this. Then you're just going to place a block up here, like this, and place a block out like this, and then place up one like this. Then place redstone on top of both of those, and do the same on the other side, and then, once you've got that done, you will have the activation circuit of your system done. Now there's one huge issue. If we just grab a melon quickly here, when this activates, it causes an infinite noise machine of loudness. It's very annoying, and this is when I would recommend you turn your sound down. So the next part of the system that we build will fix this issue. Now what you're going to do to fix this horrendous noise is just come right over to the end here, and then connect these 3 blocks right here like this. So then there should be like a nice line between these. It should create a nice line like that. Now place 3 redstone across these 3 lines so that it kind of connects the 2 circuits. Now place 1 block out right in the middle and place a repeater on top of it. Set this repeater to 2 ticks and then place a block that the repeater's going into. Place redstone torches on both sides of the block and then place pistons on both parts there. Now that will cause the system to stop going insane, and if we test it again, you should see it doesn't activate like crazy. That's what this part of the system does. That's all it does, and it's really, really important because it stops your ears from being destroyed whenever it activates. And it's very nice, and now your farm should be done. So we're just going to quickly enable tile drops here so that we can test the farm. So if we do this, as you can see, it should activate, and then when the minecart comes around, it should pick them up. I don't know where the minecart is, though. The minecart has magically disappeared. Okay, I totally thought we placed a minecart down there. I guess it's just magically disappeared now. Okay, but anyways, now you should see that all the stuff that gets broken should be put right in this chest here. That is exactly how you want the farm to work. And now one thing that makes this farm much more efficient is some glass or some other block of your choice. I like glass because it's transparent. So just place blocks here and here. And then place blocks all on top of the water, just all the way down the farm. And then place blocks at the end at the same shape you did at the front. Build up the middle 1 block so that it's 2 blocks tall. And then just place right here and right here on the observers. And then once that's done, the melons have been enclosed and the pumpkins, so that when they activate, they can only go where the hopper minecart can pick them up. So that's very, very important, and that is the entire farm built. So guys, now I want to transfer it to the Bedrock Edition to show you that it will work on that version. So you know that it works on this version. Now let's show you that it works on the new one too. This is the world that we were just on, converted to the new version. I haven't even loaded it up yet, so you can see it's still the picture that was from the old version. So let's load it up now. Let's make sure that it works in this version so that you will know this farm will always work, no matter what Minecraft you're playing, whether it's Java, or Xbox, or PS4, or Switch, or Pocket Edition. It will always work. So as you can see, here's the exact same farm. I've even got the exact same inventory down there. And now let's just place a melon inside the farm, just to show. As you can see, it activates, and the items come down to the item hopper just as well. So, now how do you know this is the Bedrock version? Well, there should be some giveaways. First off, this menu is very obviously the Bedrock Edition. The fact that the slots I highlight are green is the Bedrock Edition, and the fact that my skin just looks a little weirder is part of the Bedrock Edition. So, there you go, guys. This is the Bedrock Edition. This is the farm that works on any version of Minecraft, guys. I think it's really great, and definitely build this farm. It's not actually that expensive. You just have to have some quartz and stuff. That's really the most expensive thing, the quartz and the slime balls. But guys, that is the end of this video. So for now, I do want to tell you all, thanks for watching, and I will see you later.